What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Filsinger Games Character Spotlight with Mike and Broc.
Mike.
I'm Broc, and tonight we're going to continue through Civil War 2100 with Powerhouse and Dreadnaught.
Yep.
Two updated cards for this
Yeah,
set.
they both went in different directions, I think.
Yep,
I think they were both downgrades for both guys.
I believe so. I don't have their other cards in front of me.
Uh,
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm looking at their raw ratings. Powerhouse went from a 26-29 to a 16-18. And then Dreadnaught went from a 40-40 to a 9-17.
yeah,
So he had a massive drop.
yeah, because that first Dreadnought card, people had him winning world titles, +4 finisher, and
Yeah, he was good.
only one down, but sorry, a one pin, couple downs, but yeah. And then he drops to that. But let's start off with the Dreadnought.
All right, here he is.
Another Brian Michael Bendis classic drawing.
I like this one. It's a little more alligator than before, but I think it's a good look for him.
Yeah. He's getting older. He's showing it in the jaw.
Mm-hmm. Getting a little long in the face.
Yeah. This isn't his death card yet, is it?
No, he's got two more cards till that one.
Yeah.
He
He's
gets
just
good again. Like he gets trans evolved again. And then he gets the death card after that, which is even worse than this one.
yeah. It's an interesting story that Tom made with him.
Yeah, it's almost like he got addicted to the trans evolver.
Yeah.
It kept messing him up.
And he's this guy who, he's in the ring and he just doesn't want to give it up,
Hmm.
which I can completely understand that. I've been there. Like I wrestled probably 4 or 5 years longer than I probably should have.
Hmm.
And I know other guys who have. Like I remember after one show talking with Tracy Smothers, and I met Tracy multiple times over the shows, different
Yeah.
shows, and that's one thing he said to me. He said, "Man, I wish I would have saved my money."
Mm,
He's like, "I'm in my 50s, still wrestling." He goes, "I shouldn't be doing this."
yeah.
He goes, "I love it," and Tracy was a fantastic guy,
Hmm.
but he didn't want to be doing it.
When you got guys like Ric Flair, who's talking about trying to get in the ring again, how many
Yeah,
final matches has that guy had?
yeah, he shouldn't.
No.
His last one was hard to watch.
Yeah. It was scary. There were a couple times where it looked like he was in some serious trouble.
Like when you watch those matches where it's older people in the ring
Hmm.
and they shouldn't be in the ring, but their opponents are selling for him and everybody knows they're selling for him. Like I watched a match and it was Miracle Violence Connection, and I think they were taking on Shoei Baba and Andre,
Okay.
and you can tell Williams and Gordy were, you know, selling huge for those two
Hmm.
because those guys couldn't move, they weren't mobile. At any one point, Gordy or Williams just could have turned on them. But that you know, the old guys wanted to hang on and still look good.
Right.
And that's what I think Tom almost tried to get through with Dreadnought. Those aging veterans that just want to hold on.
Yeah. And he'll do whatever it takes.
Yep.
But yeah, at this point, what team was he on at this point? He was part of the Henchmen again. He was a tag team with
Marcel,
Marcel Desaad. Yep.
I think I teamed him up for 1 year before I retired. I Because I retired Marcel a bit earlier.
Okay.
And I had him drop to my UWF because it was the low level promotion, so he can't get work in the big promotion anymore.
Hmm.
And his first year, he got stomped on by Killer Queen. Then
Yeah.
he feuded Cycle Hog for a couple of years, and he beat him.
Cycle Hog is the best. We found that out last week.
But yeah, as soon as he got this downgrade, he did nothing for me.
Yeah.
Even in the low tier Fed, where I have belts specifically designed for low tier people,
Hmm.
he ain't getting them.
It's a pretty significant downgrade. He's got 3 downs on level 3 defense plus a 7-4 pin.
Yeah.
His ropes are C, turnbuckle B, ring B, death jump C, so he's getting pinned a lot on that.
His finisher dropped to a +1,
Yeah, guided missile's now a +1.
and he can only put you down once on level 2.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. And nuclear warhead has a power check next to it on level 1 offense. And his power is -1 now, so he's got a pretty good dip there too. Still negative, but
Yeah.
his cage rating went up to 5.
Yeah. For me, and doing this, like we've talked about, the Comrade Terror was one of our favorites for both of us.
Hmm.
You so much you teamed them up together.
Yeah, not this Dreadnaught card. The next one, the SE for 2105.
And just to see him downgraded like this, I completely get where they're coming from.
Hmm.
But when I do use him right now, he's a face for me. Because the fans are behind him. They want him to win.
Yeah, he's doing whatever it takes.
Yeah. And he's now teaming up with he's in a group led by Exo King, Killer Queen, Dynamo, and Dreadnaught. So Dynamo and Dreadnaught are a tag team.
Okay.
And so it's 4 original GWF guys wrestling in the low tier Fed, just trying to, you know,
Hang on to
hold
that
on to the
glory.
glory days.
Yep. Do we power creep him, or do we, since he's kind of an intentional downgrade?
Yeah, I think we stopped power creeping downgrades because
Yeah, doesn't really make sense.
yeah.
Do we downgrade him more?
How can we make this guy who went from a 44 to a 9 suck even more?
Uh, I mean, he's not to the point where he won't win ever. He'll pick up the occasional fluky victory here and there. Because other than his level 3 defense, his defense is decent. A lot of days on his card. It's gonna be one of those annoying guys that's just tough to put away,
Yeah,
but he'll hang
till you
on
get him down.
until you get him down. Then he's pretty much toast. But getting him there will be a challenge. Yeah, one of the originals on his way out, but he's got 2 more cards.
It's funny. I look at his back, right? So he's injured people for a total of 33 cards,
Wow.
but he's been injured for a total of 24 cards.
At least he can dish it out as much as he takes it. So
Yeah. He's been suspended for a total of 9 cards, and he's been fined up to 5 points, which isn't a lot of points, but it knocks you down a bit.
yeah, yeah, it's Dreadnought, 2100. I like his military-esque uniform they put him in. The last card had it too. It's kind of cool looking.
Yeah, well, I think because they figure Comrade is more military, you know.
Yeah, Russian.
Yeah, just I think it was a great name, Comrade Terror,
Hmm.
one of the better names in the game,
I
and
agree.
Dreadnought's not a bad name either.
No, but Yeah, definitely a legendary character that I think a lot of people would put on their favorites list, honestly.
Yeah. And I'm still deciding on whether he dies or not.
Yeah. I mean, well, I guess we'll be getting into that somewhat soon.
Yeah. When it happens.
Yeah. I don't think he never died in my Fed, but I didn't play a lot of cards in
Yeah.
that era, so it didn't really give him many chances to die.
If he did die in your Fed, just put it in the comment section.
Yeah, who killed him? When did it happen? How long did it take? So yeah, leave that info below. Be funny to see where he lands in everybody's Fed. I do like how in the handbook it wrote that like his date and time of his death are subject to debate. But he did eventually. Tom originally finally just wrote him out after a couple years of the death card being out there.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we can move on over to Powerhouse. Yet another gimmick change for one Earthquake. Chopper-Matic is now Powerhouse. Looking
Yeah,
like
I think this is,
massive.
yeah. I'm wondering if this is, because he only took a drop of a few points.
Yeah, he went down a little bit, not as much as Comrade Terror did.
Yeah.
Or Dreadnought, I guess.
Because he became went back to more of a tag specialist here.
Yeah. He dropped, yeah, it's a pretty significant drop. He was at
10 points.
26, 29, 16, 18.
Yeah.
So over 10 points in singles and 11 points in tag.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. He has a couple tags on level one on some days, but that's the only ones on his card. He only has one down on his card, so they stuck with that. But he has an 8-5 pin.
Yeah. He I put him in my UWF Fed, and he's been there since his Chopper-Matic days.
Okay.
Uh, I just wasn't a big fan of that Chopper-Matic character. Couldn't get into it.
Hmm.
And with this character, I was like, ah.
A little homage to Massif with
Yeah.
the climbing gear.
And I teamed him up with Hammer because he became
Hmm.
the SOD, the Stormtroopers.
Yeah. He's with
And
Dynamo on with debuting in this card. Him and
yeah,
Dynamo are the pillars of power. So he's
and they've actually done really well for me.
really
Yeah, surprisingly. So I have what I call my Milky Way tag title. So it's for tag teams that are 1 and 2 points. So low level tag teams. Well, they captured those tag belts and they've been holding on to them for I'd say about 4 months now, which is a
okay.
good run for that belt. And then they captured. Sorry, it's not my. It's the Colby Pelt Corporation. It's a CPC, not the
Okay.
UW. And so they captured the CPC tag title. So they hold all the tag gold in that promotion. They upset some people along the way, and I was like, whoa. And it's kind of funny watching these two low tier guys hold all my tag gold in this promotion.
Yeah, that's funny. It happens. The dice get behind somebody.
And they're doing quite well.
Yeah,
That's what oh, go ahead.
he's set for another downgrade still too. In 2104 when the Stormtroopers officially get together, he gets
Well,
downgraded again.
well, that's because I'm in 2105, so that's the card I'm using,
Okay.
and they're doing quite well. And I'm like, what the?
Nice.
This should
Hey.
not be happening.
Maybe it's the inspiration of Hammer that keeps him going.
One's strong, one's fast. It
Hmm.
works.
Yeah,
It's an age old. Uh,
it's a classic tag team
yeah,
trope. It's the Heart Foundation.
Yeah, your fast guy and the strong guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, looking at his level 3 defense, he has two moves that go to level 2, and then he has his death jumping out of the ring, and then he has two finishers.
Yeah,
So yeah, those that 1 in 3 chance of going back up to level 2 is a killer.
yeah, you got a 33% chance to go back up to level 2, or you got a 33% chance to put on a finisher.
Yeah.
What do you do, boys and girls?
Yeah. Yep.
And
At
the
least
other
his level
two,
2 isn't too bad.
yeah,
He's got two straight through level 3 moves.
and the other two moves are charts.
Hmm.
You're death jumping or going out of the ring.
And he has the same chart ratings as Dreadnaught, CBBC.
Well, that used to be his downgrade because when he first came out, he had a C ring.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's silly. He was a lumberjack. Did he bring the lumberjack match to the GWF?
Because right now in my UWA, my CPC fed, my Kobe, uh, he's shooting a team called Alienation,
Okay.
which is and he's shooting one half of that in a guy that you're familiar with, Illustrious,
Oh, yeah, that guy.
and his tag partner is Gila.
Okay. I don't have him readily available.
No, no, that's fine. I just throw that out there. Yes, that's it. That is a new dimension wrestler.
Yeah, he's out there.
But
BrocsterBuilds.com.
yeah, if I'm using the black and white.
The black and white. The
Yeah,
upgraded version's pretty good compared to that one,
yeah. So
the color
Illustrious
version.
will get an upgrade. I didn't know it was happening, but all of a sudden I saw you got it, and I'm like, hey, he's getting an upgrade.
Yep.
Excited for that.
A significant upgrade.
Kind of like when your bootlegs just suddenly get a random upgrade.
Yeah, right? 25 years later. Same art too, just colorized.
Yeah.
That was good art.
But
Chris
Powerhouse,
Schieffer.
he's had one of these careers like he captured the Intergalaxian tag, the GWF tag, Milky Way tag, the CPC tag. So it's all tag titles. He captured one Galaxian, which is my lightweight title, my
Okay.
1 2 point guys. But him and Massive were a solid tag team.
Yeah.
They both were -4 power, so that was pretty good.
Hmm. This
But
guy would choke you with the climbing gear, though.
yeah, I like him as a bad guy. It added a bit more personality. Like I said, I couldn't get behind the chopper gimmick.
Yeah.
I just liked him as the tag team specialist.
Hmm. Yeah, he fits that role well.
He's like a crappier version of Arn Anderson.
Yeah.
Just give him a tag partner and he's winning tag gold.
He's got a mustache too.
And again, another one of these guys. We don't power creep downgrades. It'd be pointless. How
Right.
do you power creep him? Give him his card back. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Go back to the last one. So yeah, there are a lot of upgrades in this set. I'm noticing. Maybe more than normal. Let me look at the list here. Overkill's new. Dreadnaught is an upgrade. Rising Sun, that's an upgrade.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's his debut. That's his debut. I'm sorry.
Viper. That's an upgrade.
Yeah. Mandrill's new. Max Shield's new. Cycle Hog upgrade or update, I guess. Powerhouse, Cannibal, Thrash is new. It's 50-50.
Yeah.
Then Mayhem and Grunge got SC cards. Okay. Yeah, it's a 50-50,
Yeah.
which is about what they were doing those days.
Yeah. Because at this point in time, the Fed was still pretty damn big.
Yeah. Yeah, it filled out for
But we can
sure.
we can end this now and we'll switch over to our Mount Rushmore,
All right.
which is your top four favorite toys you played with as a kid.
Okay.
Do you want to start it?
Yeah, yeah, I'll go with Dino Riders as my first one. I was probably too young to have them at the time because they're pretty fragile, but they were pretty awesome. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but um it was basically there were two different alien races that end up in a space-time rift and end up in prehistoric Earth, and they use their technology to weaponize dinosaurs. And the good ones, the Valorians, they had this thing that they could communicate with them telepathically, and they befriend the dinosaurs. But the Rulons, they had technology that would mind control them, called a brain box. But my favorite one was the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and it had this harness that went on his back, and then there was a guy that sat between his two little arms that had like a gun turret, and then there was a guy that sat on the back of him that had all the. It was a pretty awesome toy. But like I said, they were fragile, and I had those when I was like 4 or 5 years old. So I broke a lot of super glue was used. So Dino Riders. I was real big into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I guess this is in no particular order. I'm just going
No, no,
chronologically, I think.
no.
Then it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for me. I moved to that. I was into that for most of the entire run of the original cartoon. I bought all the toys from that. Well, I didn't buy them, my parents did. But I was big into that. And then from that, I went to G.I. Joe Real American Hero, that line, the 3 3/4 inch figures. And I got a lot of those at garage sales and stuff. I found a ton of cool stuff of that for those, just like with that. And then my final one, I'll go with the Toy Biz Marvel figures. They started with just superheroes and then they blew up with X-Men. Any character that appeared in a comic, I think, has a Toy Biz action figure.
Yeah.
They really blew up, and there was a KB Toys like outlet near where I live where you could buy them for like $3 a piece. So I would load up. I have so many of those. I had multiple paper routes and things like that to just buy X-Men toys in the late '90s. And then for my honorable mention, I'll do the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the original ones.
Okay.
I still buy the Lightning collection. That's the only toys I still, well, other than Lego. But I didn't really get into Lego as a kid. That was more of an adult thing for me. I couldn't afford them as a kid.
For me, the first toy I really remember, getting was Star Wars action figures.
Nice.
I, yeah, I'm one of the guys. I saw the original in theater,
Hmm.
1977.
Yep.
My Aunt Pat took us all out for my birthday.
Nice.
We went and saw it, and I got some figures.
Do
And
you remember which one was your first one?
my first Star Wars figure that I can remember getting was Chewbacca.
Okay. He was one of the cooler ones from the
Yeah,
original
I
ones.
I had Chewbacca. I had Snaggletooth.
Yes.
Um, and then I remember my mom getting me some Star Wars figures, but some of the ones that were easier to find ended
Hmm.
up being cheaper.
Okay.
So I ended up with like Lobot and Lando Calrissian.
Lobot. That's a toy line where if you appeared on screen, you got a toy.
And I had Bespin soldiers and the Death Star commander, and I had
Hmm.
army builder stuff.
Yeah. Hey, they were fun.
And Luke, I remember having a Luke with the lightsaber in the arm.
Yeah. That was kind of innovative at the time.
Yep. And after that, it would be a toy called Micronauts.
I'm familiar with Micronauts.
Yeah, I
Baron
remember
Karza, one evil guy.
I had the big blue and white spaceship. It was probably about 2 feet tall, and you could just pull them apart and you could make all kinds of things. That was That was a cool thing about Micronauts.
Hmm.
And then I got into He-Man.
Yep.
I had Castle Grayskull and some He-Man and big into that. And then it was funny because years later I'd start going to garage sales and there's He-Man. I'd pick them up for 50 cents each.
Hmm.
I had a big, massive collection.
Now they're re-releasing all those.
Yeah. And then it would probably be Transformers.
Okay.
I got into them probably, when they come out, probably 84. So I was like 12.
Hmm.
We got out, but these are something, I didn't have, when I was younger, my only other, I didn't hang out with a lot of people. I was, still the nerdy type kid.
Hmm.
And so me and my buddy Rob, we were both heavily into, GI Joes and Star Wars, and
Yeah.
so we had the same toys. So
Yeah.
uh, we both collected Transformers, same as my friend Lance. And then it just became I'm collecting them just to have the collection,
Yeah.
like not playing with them. I'm just
Hmm. Displaying them.
yep. And then my honorable mention, uh, for toy wise, it would probably be GI Joes,
Okay.
but not so much the action figure, but the vehicles.
Yeah, the vehicles were cool.
Yeah.
You can put your
Yep.
Star Wars guys in them too because they're the same size.
Yep.
Lobot can drive the Hiss tank if you wanted him to.
Yep. And then they fit in with all those. Every toy that came out was 3 3/4 inches.
Hmm.
Like I had a Mork from Ork that would ride in my Tauntaun.
There's another resurgence for that stuff. Are you familiar with Super Seven's reaction figure line?
I've seen people put them out, and I've seen like Jason in 3 3/4, and just
Hmm.
you name it, they're now in the 3 3/4 line.
Yeah, it's Super Seven does. I don't know if they did the Friday the 13th ones. That might be another company, but they're based on the old Kenner molds, like the 5 points of
Yep.
articulation, just the arms, legs, and head that move, and they're just with that scaling and that level of detail. I mean, they look like they're from the 70s. They're
Yep.
great, but they're kind of expensive.
Oh, they are. They're like $12 to $15 for
They're about, yeah, try 15 to 20, 25, 30. Some of them. It's ridiculous, but I got a good bit of them. Like I bought the Ninja Turtle ones, I bought the Power Ranger ones, mainly for the box art because they look just like a Star Wars box from the 70s,
yeah.
but they have the new characters in them, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, like I still picked up a bunch of Star Wars figures uh when the Phantom Menace came out.
Hmm. I got in on those too. Those are worthless.
Oh, they're so bad.
Yeah, I mean
They
they
were
were
just
decent, but
but they were everywhere suddenly.
yeah, I collected the Power of the Force line whenever they came. They in the '90s when they did the Star Wars figures again. I think I had pretty much every figure, but they just don't have the same charm as the old ones.
No.
You just, they don't. That's why I like the reaction figures. And now Hasbro's re-releasing the old Kenner ones too. They're $20 a pop. I was able to buy a Greedo from '78 for less than what the re-release one costs.
And now, like you said, the Lego,
Yeah.
I got into it when because I always loved Star Wars. So my wife saw a Star Wars A-wing, and she was like, I just randomly picked it up for my birthday.
Yeah.
And now let's see if you can see it. It's my
Yep,
little.
there they are. Show the helmets on top.
I can't see. Do I got it
Yeah,
up?
yep, you got them. There they are. I love Lego. I just built this thing the other day from the Dreams line. It's a narwhal hot air balloon.
Okay.
It opens up.
Yeah, there's so much for it. So as an adult, Lego, yes, would be my number one toy because I'm an
Yeah,
adult now.
pretty much the only one I can afford to continue with. And that I can't afford to do it either. But
And my wife is now into Lego because she started buying the flowers.
Those are cool. From a distance, they look like real flowers.
And she just went nuts with it. She's like, oh, I'm gonna buy flowers. And next thing I know, it's just 12 boxes showing up from Lego
Hmm. Yeah,
for
free
her.
shipping.
Yeah, for her girls' night out, she bought everybody because they're having a sale, so she bought them all Lego. That's what they did.
That's fun.
They all her for her girls' night out, they were just all drinking wine and building Lego.
I got my custom minifigures here for BrocsterBuilds that I add every time somebody gifts a five gifted subs. I put a new one in there. So yeah, it's quite an obsession with Lego. I
Yeah,
got my I actually just happen to have these here. Citizen Brick is a custom Lego company. If you spend a certain amount of money every year, they make a custom minifigure with your name on the packaging. Can't get it to focus, but it says my name. That's my 2021, my 2020, my 2021, my 2022, and my 2023 just arrived last week
you
on
pick the color.
magenta. No, it's that they do a different color every year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's how they do it. Magenta is one of my favorite Lego minifigure colors to collect. You know, I get misprints and night shift Legos that we won't talk about.
Yeah, Jared.
I don't know. I just find them. They come randomly in packs, in box sets.
Well, there's a convention that comes to town about every 3 months,
Hmm.
and I go to it, and sometimes there's a guy there, and he sells Lego minifigures,
Hmm.
and he has hundreds of them.
Yeah.
And like I showed you one time, I picked up an Ahsoka for like
Hmm.
$5, and you're like, she goes for way more than that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if they're real, legit, or whatnot, but they look it.
Yeah.
Even comes with the two white lightsabers.
Nice.
And then and my wife buys me the uh, Star Wars advent calendar.
You got me that this year.
Yeah, and I just want the minifigs out of it.
Those
I
little
don't
mini
care about
builds are fun though.
I built all the ships, and then I just took them all apart and threw them in a bag for spare parts. I think I kept two or three of the little ships floating around.
I got this from Citizen Brick last week. I haven't built it yet. It's a fortune teller. I don't know if you can really see it. It's a better picture on the back.
Oh, from like the Big Show or
Yeah,
something.
from Big. That'll be fun to build. But yeah, there's a lot of pieces to it. I was surprised by the amount of pieces whenever it showed up. But
I
yeah,
got I have one more Lego build to do, and that's my UCS X-Wing.
nice. That's a good one. That'll take you some time.
Yeah.
They announced Dungeons and Dragons Lego today. They teased it at least. They didn't make it into the official announcement, but they teased it.
Well, my son-in-law got Rivendell.
I'm jealous.
He can't put it together till they get their house. They just have a
I,
small one-bedroom apartment, and you're like,
I I can relate with that too. My attic looks like the Lego stock room at Target or something of all these big sets that I can't build yet because I don't have anywhere to put them. That is the goal, is to move into a house and have a Lego room. So hopefully eventually
can you stand up in your attic?
I can.
There you go. There's your room.
That's where all our other crap is. Oh well. Well, we're about out of time. So if you haven't done so, please click that like button, subscribe. We're working on our goal of 164 subscribers. While you're,
141.
yeah, we're getting there. While you're here, check out our friends who make Filsinger Games related content, including the official Filsinger Games podcast roll up, the Legends team's Uncharted Territory, Dizzy Dice from Lee Longpree, the Filsinger Games fan cast from Grant. Here on YouTube, you'll find Grant, myself, Bucky749, Brad plays 81, and I'm on Twitch occasionally here and there, so keep an eye out for that. Until next time, everyone, have a good one.
I know.